Hi there, Sagittarius. Welcome to a life path reading for the rest of 2023. So this is going to encompass September through December, and this is the last quarter of the year. And because of that, it's like, what has been transpiring, and how do you want to end this year? Like, do you have any goals, any wishes that you hope manifest by then? But also actions that you might take until then. So yeah, just kind of reflecting and also looking towards the last few months. This is a different spread than I normally do, so I'll be telling you about the positions. And I am a sun in Sagittarius, so I'm always happy when we get these great cards. Oh my gosh. This is I was thinking to myself, oh wow, what if I have this great reading? That's Sagittarius' card, the Temperance card. So there you go. We're off to a good start. Wow. The better it gets, the better it gets. Okay, well, it's not that I spoke too soon, but there's actually a good meaning for that card. Wow, wonderful. Okay. Well, there you have it. This is a great thing for Sages. And I'm kind of relieved because sometimes I've picked cards, I don't know if I told you, I'm a Sagittarian, myself, Sun in Sag, Mercury in Sag, and I can't stand it when I pick cards that kind of like are yuck, So, and it seems like this is one of the best spreads I've picked in a long time for Sag. Okay, so the middle section here are what is happening at the moment, and maybe we could say things that are on your mind, on your heart, that you like. One of them is the Ten of Pentacles. This is maybe dealing with money from the family. This is the main inheritance card. So whether you're actually dealing with one or discussing inheritances, family money, this could be the time for that. But also this is a card of big money, or I should say, sorry about that, financial, affluence, and maybe that's something that is really on your mind for some reason, and you're really wanting to manifest that, demonstrate to yourself that that's possible for you. We have the Four of Wands. This is a card of a happy home life, a new home. So with these two cards, perhaps some of you are getting family assistance for a down payment on your home. And that may be a cause of celebration. This is, to me, ultimately, this means the person that can walk into their house every day and they don't dread coming home. So whatever that means, and maybe, maybe for some people they've gotten divorced and they feel that sense of freedom, that sense that Sag is so much about, that Sag loves so much. And then we have the Temperance card, and this is connected to Sag directly. But really, this is the card of as above, so below. You can see the faint outline of an angel with this card. In the Rider-Waite deck, there is an actual angel. And it's really about how do we embody that in our daily life, finding ways to balance the material and the spiritual. because those people who aren't doing that, they are seeing the results of this, which are a little bit challenging, like the people who are so ungrounded, they're very much in the spiritual, but they don't have that kind of ability to have things for themselves that are, on the material level. It's like they find it very hard to manifest those things. And then the people who are very into the world and the material consciousness, they may be able to do that, but it just stays at that level. There's not an elevation associated with those particular qualities, because hopefully when somebody wants something material, they have a spiritual reason for it ultimately. So even to me, like peace of mind, I see as a spiritual attribute or goal. That's just me. That's how I see it. So anything like psychological is really spiritual. Like you want to feel more peace in your life. Even having more time, to me, is kind of like a spiritual goal, because you're not just so tied to the matrix, to the system that keeps you just on that hamster wheel all the time. So you're able to maybe have more freedom in terms of how you work and how you spend your free time, or how much free time that you have. So let's talk about these. I have a very awkward angle here. That's why it's so weird. And it's because of the cards, the way that the cards are. I don't usually have this spread. So the first row, the top row, is all about the influences or the experiences in 2023 thus far, for the first, 2/3 of the year. Or well, I said a quarter, or 3/4 of the year, and how they have impacted you, and also the lessons you've learned. One of them is the Hierophant, and so this is about the spiritual, maybe having more faith and not being so connected to the way that things are showing up, but realizing that there is something else going on at a higher level that may be almost like, it reminds me of the star card, faith in unseen forces. The idea that everything that hasn't manifested yet, it's invisible, but that doesn't mean it's not there. It's like if a baby hasn't been born, some people know, I know women, I don't know about men, but some women can, dream about their children they're going to have. And they know that there are these souls that are waiting to be born. Can they prove it? No, but they can tell you that they have these dreams. So with the Hierophant, it's really about that spiritual connection, and how has that played out for you this year? Some of you may have, taken it very seriously, and you were training for something. Also, this is a card of tradition, but sometimes that might be bucking tradition if you realize it's so, deeply a part of you. The Hierophant can be, so in other words, with Sag, a lot of times Sag is kind of, rebellious, not really a conformist, but not all Sages are, I was going to say created equally, but I mean that they're not all people who are influenced by the same things, have different past lives, different souls. So for some Sages, this is the time. This year was maybe the first time you had to look at this issue of conformity, going along with the program, going along with other people's ideas and thinking for yourself in some cases. For some Sagittarius, you might have gotten married. And that was a big deal because, you said that you would never get married. And when I say married, it could also include people that are living with their partner when they thought they would always be alone, intentionally alone, I mean. Ace of Pentacles, some of you got a new job. Some of you may have received a windfall of money, and that may have opened up new things for you in your life. And so again, with the Ten of Pentacles, it could have been an inheritance for sure. But that may have been very significant, especially if you had been without money before, and this kind of like put you in a new financial situation. But a new job, who knows, maybe even in a completely new field, and that was an adjustment. But then you have the Empress, so this is really also can be about money and abundance. So that's very interesting. I'm getting these cards here for Sag. But also creativity may have been big with you this year, and having a child. Male or female, even if you're a male, this could be the first child that you have. Obviously, you're not birthing the child, but you still are having one. You're having this addition to your household. Outcome cards. This is for the last several months of the year. King of Pentacles. Right under the Ten of Pentacles. I think of the Ten of Pentacles as Capricorn because Capricorn rules the 10th house and Pentacles are earth signs. So to me, it makes a lot of sense. King of Pentacles can be you coming into a lot of money, or generating it yourself, I should say, too, is definitely a possibility. Also, consulting somebody who does this for a living, maybe somebody who's an expert on money, because maybe you've already had that money with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, and you want to learn how to best, make it, multiply it or stretch it or what have you. So it could be that. But adopting that mindset, even if you're not there yet, I could see that as well. Or dealing with someone of the earth element who is very sensible, practical. Maybe they are well off. Seven of Swords. I always say that's like a photobomb with the raven. But yeah, the Seven of Swords can indicate treachery, stealing resources. So personally, I mean, I don't see the point of, like, if somebody gets an inheritance or they win the lottery, or I'm not endorsing playing the lottery, but some kind of windfall of money where you suddenly get all this money, this idea of like telling everybody about it, because really that could put you in a financial jeopardy if you're not careful, because a family member who says, I need money, and then they get mad when you refuse them. Or jealousy, people that you normally have good relationships with, all of a sudden they're feeling envious and stuff like that. So I think of anything, it's like keeping to yourself, not doing that. And that's what this card can represent as well. And also any kind of endeavor, if you want to start, like for instance, Ace of Pentacles can be starting your own business. If you want to do that, I feel like it's always better to experiment and have your experiences, initial experiences on your own before you let people know about it, because, maybe there will be ups and downs. Maybe there will be a learning curve, and you don't want to just kind of, maybe it irritates you if people try to give you advice because you have a certain way that you want to do things. Well, you kind of put yourself in that position when you announce these things. And it's like, that's part of, the energetics of manifestation too, is this idea of like, not telling your dreams to other people. Like, even if it's like in the dream stage of like, I'm thinking of starting a business, da 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 da. I'm thinking of writing a book, da 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 da. And somebody steals your idea, or they try to discourage you and say, "Oh, you can't do that. Are you crazy? You think that this climate that we're in right now that's going to support that?" And really, plant doubt in somebody's mind. And sometimes it's not malicious at all. They're not doing it to keep you down. They really feel that way. So those kinds of conversations aren't helpful unless it's someone that you really believe has your back, and it tends to be a positive person, but they're also very sensible. This card is about, paying attention to the people around you to make sure that you're not being exploited in some way, and this could be financially because of the other cards that I got. And also doing things on your own, maybe keeping your own counsel. And then we have the Queen of Cups. This is a very spiritual and psychic card. Also, we have two cards that are really about creativity. So some of you Sagittarius know that this is something that you have been wanting to do. And to me, this is like, go for it. This is like a green light, because I know that's true for myself. So I'm sure it's true for some other Sagittarius. Go for those creative dreams, or if you're somebody who has wanted to become a healer, go for those dreams. If someone tells you that Reiki is maybe people would say things like, oh, there's so many, it's an oversaturated market, or, oh, you really think, how you're going to get your clients and all of that. If this is something that's really calling to you, you have to tune in, because the Queen of Cups is a very psychic influence, and it means that you have to be the one to tune into that and cultivate that, so that you can make decisions in the future that are much more self-assured, where you're not like second guessing yourself. Because I got a lot of good cards here. All right, Sag, I hope that you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.